Hey guys, this is Jen again, and here I am with a tutorial on how to create your very first post and how to create a page. I know it's a little scary when you get going and you're sitting there with a blank website. I would suggest just loading some stuff up right from the bat if you can, some just content, even if it's just dummy content, and I'll show you how to do that so that it doesn't look bare when you're trying to figure out what your design should look like if you don't already have a design or if your design is questionable. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to jump right in. To create a brand new post, over here on your dashboard on the left side, you see posts, and when you hover over posts, you get all posts, add new categories. You're going to go to add new. And it's as simple as this. Now, if you have set up a site based on anything that I have taught you or that you know about me, you should have the Yoast SEO plugin installed. If for any reason you do not, please check out my YouTube channel, and I have two posts there, one on how to install the Yoast plugin and another one on how to use it. I'm only briefly going to touch on how to use it in this post because it is easier to do your first post with the Yoast, some knowledge of the Yoast SEO plugin instead of going back and forth. So here we are. Hi, this is my title. Hi, this is my very first post. Okay, so there you go. There's your title. Now you need some content, okay? And the way that we're going to get some content today is we're going to go to a place called Fillorama. I love Fillorama. It's a place that creates Ipsum, which is filler text. And Ipsum is usually just nonsense, but Fillorama will give you some really fun nonsense. So I'm going to also just throw in so you can see what it looks like, some headers, and I'm just going to copy from here all the way up to here. I'm just copying it, and then I'm going to throw it into the post that we have. Okay, so here we go. And this is the thing that's great about this is if you see, you know what, if you're creating your first post, this toolbar is only showing you one line. I have no idea why WordPress does this. I think it's really frustrating for most first-time users because they can't figure out where half their stuff is. You want to click on toolbar toggle, and there you go. Now you see everything that you are going to need. So right here, if you just put your cursor in and click, you'll see that it's showing you a heading 1. In here, it's showing you a heading 2, and here it's showing you a heading 3, and I think that's as far as I covered. So when you look at this site from the front end, you will see what your headings look like in your specific theme. So you may decide to use them, to not use them, but it's important to know because a lot of times you want some text to pop out, and when you do want the text to pop out, the best way to do that is to use headings. So right here, we've got some great text. And you're basically done, right? Well, you're going to need an image. Blogs now, they run on images, right? So let's add some images. Now, I think that I would like my image to go under my heading text and before my paragraph text. So I'm going to put my cursor right there, and I'm going to click Add Media, and I'm going to drop some media, and I did not really pick anything, but here, I'm going to grab this little image I created on how to reduce your bounce rate. What's great about this image is it's a beautiful size for Pinterest. It's 735 pixels by 1102. Please do not ever please do not upload any images that are bigger than you need. You may need an image this big because you want a good Pinterest size image. Maybe you do more with Instagram. So you may need to be creating multiple image sizes for your post, but don't go and pull in an image that's 2500 pixels by 3200 pixels and then just take the resize. See right here, you can choose your alignment, if you're going to link it to, and what the size is. We're going to keep this in as a full size. However, even if you choose a smaller size with a Pinterest image, Pinterest will still pull the bigger image. So with Pinterest, you know, you have a little bit of leeway. So anyway, that's my image. I wanted it to be full size because I'm assuming that I am not ever pulling an image that is not a size I want to use. I am going to give it an alignment. If you don't give it an alignment, it kind of defaults usually to the left, but you just don't ever really know how it will behave. If you want the text to wrap around it, going to the left or to the right is really good. If you don't want the text to wrap around it, then you pick center. And I'm going to say insert into post. And look at that. There's my beautiful image. Okay? Now, you might think, now you're done. Well, you're not done yet. And here's what you need to do. There's a couple things still. You need to choose categories, you need to choose tags, and you need to create a featured image. If you think this image is your featured image, well, yes, you think it's your featured image. You need to tell WordPress this is your featured image. So you go to Set Featured Image, and you grab your image. Now, if you have a theme that uses a slider, my suggestion would be to upload another image that's the same as your image inside your post without any text in it, because sliders look very, very messy when there's text inside your images. So I would suggest you take your image and you make multiple versions of it. So you have one image that's a plain size, that's a good size for your slider. And in this case, this is using the Genesis responsive slider. That size is 700 pixels by 400 pixels. And you can actually see that. I will pop over here to a different window, and it doesn't matter that we're in here. And I'll just show you where you find that. Genesis slider settings, okay? In here, if you look, you will see this is your maximum width, 700 by 400. So you want to have an image that's a plain image with no text on it, that's 700 pixels wide by 400 pixels. And that image is what you'll actually call your featured image, and then that will be the image the slider picks up. If you have this image inside of your post, then when someone does Pinterest, this image will show up. Depending on your sharing button, Pinterest shows up you know, in different ways. So I would suggest that you have a different size for your featured image, for your Pinterest image, and for your Facebook image. I do have a tutorial also. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have a tutorial on using PicMonkey to create social media images. So you should check that out, and that will kind of cover what we're talking about right now. So let's talk about what we do next. Okay, so we've created our post. We have put an image inside of our post, and now we need to select a category. And these are the categories that actually came built in with some just the basic theme information I stuck in there. So let's just say that I don't see the theme I want, the category I want. I want a category called My Posts, because this is my first post. Now, keep in mind that categories need to be very specific. You should not have more than 6 categories. 4 is a beautiful number. 6 is okay. More than 6 is really over the top. This theme, I pulled in some dummy content, and it just happened to be from a food theme, so there's a lot more categories in it than I would usually say is okay, but that's because it's a food theme. For your own one, try and make sure that you break it down into categories that make sense. They need to be quite general, but if you have a personal site, you know, you might want some categories that are parenting, my kids, special issues. You know, you'll have to just think about what is it that you really write about. And you know, if you're a fashion site, you might want to break it down into accessories, outfits, day, night. You know, think about how you want to break it down and add that as your categories. I would suggest really working your categories out ahead of time so that you're not doing them on the fly, because that's how you get too many categories. So the place where you have your generalization is categories. So we're adding this as our category. We're saying add new, and it'll automatically create that as the category that I want. If I needed other categories, I would check here. Try to never have one post in more than one category. If you have to, 2, but that's it. Don't ever have it in more than 2 categories. But if you want to break it down a little bit, You can go into tags. Now, tags is another place. I say never more than 5 tags, preferably no more than 3. But tags are where you can get a little bit more creative. So you can say my first, maybe as a tag. Capitalize, be consistent. You don't realize this, but these tags are going to show up and you want to be consistent. Don't do some lowercase, some capitalized. Decide what you're going to do ahead of time. I say capitalize. So my first, and I can put a comma, about me, bounce, add. Now these are tags that are on your site that you can use again if you want, or which hopefully you will. Hopefully you won't create tags that only get used once, because tags are another way that delineate the different content on your site and will help someone search for what they need. So kind of make them, don't just be witty, you know, make them work. Okay, so now you have categories, you have tags, you have a featured image, woohoo! Okay, so we installed the Yoast plugin, and the Yoast plugin is a plugin that will help you show up the way you want to show up on Google. And what we're going to do is we are going to look at our little snippet preview here, and that's your snippet area. And what the snippet is, this is exactly how Google is going to see your site right now. But we say, hi, this is my very post, Never Without Navy, and this little permalink we want to make sure has our focus keyword. So if our focus keyword is my very first post, then we want to make sure my very first post is also here in our permalink. You cannot edit a permalink once a site is live, once a post is live. You may never change your permalink once it's live, okay? So that's just something to think about right now. I'm doing this very quickly because if you want to know more about the Yoast SEO, then please go to my YouTube channel and check out my other post about how to really use it. So really quickly, I'm just going to show this is your focus keyword. Focus keywords should be keyword phrases these days. So don't just stick one word in. Try and make it a phrase. Try and make it the way people talk. I need to edit that because I want my slug, which is this, to say my very first post. And it does have to have dashes. So that says my very first post. My meta description, if I don't want this to be my meta description, which, you know, I probably don't, I can write in here what I do want it. This is my very first post on this site and I am so happy. Okay, so you have until that line runs to the end, and you can even go further than that. It's just trying to show you that this is all that's going to show up in a Google. So if you write more and you hit the end there, it won't show up in a Google search. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to close the snippet editor. Now it has my keywords here, It's telling me I haven't done that great of a job because here's some red stuff in there, but that's because my keyword isn't actually in any of my text because we did filler text. And but it's not unhappy. I got a green light. Yay! There's some ways to make some alterations for social media sharing. Please check out my other video to see that. So now we've created our first post. We've added an image. You want more images? You know, stick a cursor here, click add media, add more images. You want to add a YouTube video? You can just copy the link straight from YouTube and paste it inside and it will pull the video for you. You have no extra work than that. And so once this is done, I'm going to preview it to make sure that I like the way it looks. And here's my preview, and this page is not styled yet, so excuse that. But so this is what a heading 1 looks like on this page. I think it's too big. I'll probably never use it again because this is the size of my title font. I don't think a heading should ever be bigger than a title. Here we go. I think this text is a little too small. I'll be changing that. This is a heading 2. I think I like that a little better than a heading 1. I'll be more likely to use a heading 2 or a heading 3. And this is the way that it looks. So if you like it, then you can go right back to here and you can publish and your site will be live. Now, what if you don't want to publish it right now? What if you wrote it and that's awesome, but you know what? You don't need it to go live until tomorrow. And I do suggest scheduling. I think that scheduling is a much better way to do it. Don't just post when you're done. Think about when your readers are online. When will your readers see something on social media, or when will your readers, if you have a mailing list or you're building a mailing list, when will they get to see it on in their email inbox? I tend to think posting in the morning is a good idea. I have a business partner who likes to post in the afternoon, and she gets a lot of traffic that way. So you really have to kind of think about when you see the most activity on Facebook. I think is the best time to decide when you should post. So you can go right here. See how it says publish immediately, edit? We're going to edit that. I'm going to say I want to publish this tomorrow, the 4th, and sure, it can publish tomorrow night, even though I just said that's not a good time. You can change the time. It's obviously a 24-hour clock. So, okay, how about this? We're going to publish it at 1 o'clock. So we're going to say 13 hours and 24 minutes. I'm going to say okay. And now it's saying, oh, are you going to schedule this for March 4th at 13:24? And yes, I am going to schedule it. And I'm going to click schedule. And I'm done. Tomorrow it's going to auto post for me. Okay? So that's how you create a post. Creating a page is almost exactly the same. The difference between creating a post and a page is that a page is a static page. It is not a post. It will not show up live on your blog. It's not a blog post. It is a page. So it's a great place for information. Pages should be about. Pages should be contact. Pages can also be, if you want to create a page that is about a topic that you write about, where you link inside of it different posts that you have written that pertain to it. That's a great place to put stuff like that. It's really good for SEO. So say you wrote 10 posts about dresses. You can create a page called dresses, and inside that page write some text about how you feel about dresses and why you're writing about dresses, and then link to some posts you've written about dresses. Then that's a great way to use a page. Another really good way to use a page is if you've been published in other places. You can make a page about that. If you are open to working with sponsors, you can create a page called Work With Me or something like that, and that tells the sponsors why you would love to work with different sponsors or brands. And the other thing I just realized I didn't cover is that it's very, very easy to insert a link in a post, and especially if you're doing a link within. So that's an item that you already have. So say we want to link this sentence. Okay, so I copied it. Right here is your insert edit link. I'm going to insert a link. And you know what? I want to link to something existing. So all I need to do is look for the page I want to link to, or the post I want to link to here. I can even use this search box to find it. And what I can do then is find the right one, click on it. I like to open my links in new tabs. There's a little bit of debate about that, but I'd say, for lack of a good reason not to, open in a new tab, because what if a person goes there and is like, oh, I don't want to be here. I want to be back where I was. It's a lot easier if they can just go to a new tab and add link. There's your link. Now, say you want to link to something outside of your site. So we're going to go here. We're going to click link, and now we just have to choose the URL destination. Let's pick the Fillorama page. Thank you so much, guys, for creating such a great Fillorama. We're going to link to you. Okay, that links, open a new tab and add a link. So this one here is going to link to the post outside. This is the one that's going to link to the post inside. Links are a great thing for SEO, so I suggest using them. So let's really quickly just look at pages. Like I said, they look exactly the same. We're going to add a new page. I love WordPress reminding me that I did not update that content. So there we go. We need to update because we added some links. Okay, we're going to go to pages. We're going to add new. Now we're going to call this page dresses. Okay, because there's already an about page. I don't want to create an about to. So here we go. Page called dresses. And once again, I'll grab some filler text. I will stick this filler text inside my little page about dresses. And I keep going back to that slider page. Oh, that did not copy well. Here we go. Let's go back. Come on, dude. Philorama. All right, here, let's just grab this. And you know what? Actually, I didn't like the header 1, so I'm just going to grab all the way up to the header 2 instead, and we will go in here, paste it. Okay, so here, let's do a little justification of an image somewhere else. So here's our content. Let's add media. Let's once again just pick an image off of your site, and okay, well, so say this is a here's a little picture. This picture I'm thinking is probably too big, and assume that you do this. Oh, see, it doesn't like that because it is too big. So we're going to close that, and we're going to I'm going to add media and pick something a little bit smaller. Well, you know what? I'm going to just pick something else. Suffice it to say, you can drag anything in. I'm just going to, for sake of brevity, insert this image. Oh, you know what? That picture is huge. I don't want such a big picture. I need it smaller. Do I have to delete it to do that? No, I do not. I can click on edit, and in edit right here I can pick size. And you know what? I think I'm just going to do this little medium size, and I want to see what it looks like if I justify it to the right. Ooh, look at that. That's really pretty. Hey, I love that. That's awesome. And you know what? Let's try and do that over here too. Let's add a little media. I think I'm going to do that one. Okay. Ooh, let's see. I'm going to say left, and I'm going to make that one smaller too. This is going to be fancy, right? So right now this is pulling in some text. Let me show you where this is coming from in case this happens to you and you want to get rid of it. So I'm going into edit, and what's happening here is that there's a caption put in because this person is you know, she doesn't really have permission to use this image without any can't think of the word right now, but it's a copyright issue, and you do not ever want to use an image you do not have permission to use. If you find it on the internet, that does not mean that you can use it. You want to buy all your images, use your images from a source that says that it is free use, that it is common use, or you can take your own pictures, but do not ever just say, I'm going to Google an image, and if I find the right image, then that's the one I'm using. So here I deleted the caption, I'm updating it, and now that little bit is gone. Okay, so here's my little about page. I can also SEO an about page. So same thing right here, watch my video on how to do the best SEO, add the SEO in. I can feature image. I should make a feature image for my about page, and we'll pick that one. And there's my feature. And this is different though. Most about pages you would not schedule, because when you publish it, it will not get pushed out to social media. Even if you have followers, email followers, they will not see this page. This is not a blog post. It does not get pushed out to the world. It just becomes a page on your site. So you can publish it whenever you are ready. You just hit publish, and the site is up. And my next video is going to be on how to create menus, because pages are often linked to menus. That is the way for you to have your pages be visible to the world, is either to create a site that has featured pages on your front home page, or just create the menus where the menu goes to the pages that you've created. So that's how to create a post and how to create a page. And please let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to ask them underneath in the YouTube comments. I get those. So, and please go take a look at my other videos. I have videos on how to set up WordPress from the start that include things about how to set up Jetpack, how to set up Akismet, both things that you would definitely need. I have my other videos about how to set up WordPress, Yoast, the Yoast for SEO plugin. I have one for how to install it and one for how to use it in your posts. So go check those out. Thanks so much.